Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to learn about wrapper classes. Before understanding wrapper classes, let's first understand primitive data types. We have already seen the data types in our previous video. I'm adding a link to it. However, in Java, we have primitive data types like int, double, char, boolean, float, long, short, and byte. These primitive data types are simple values. They are not objects. Now here's the catch. Java is an object-oriented language and the object is the supermost class. So now, and for future topics like collections, we need wrapper classes. So how do we convert primitive to an object? That's exactly where wrapper classes come in. A wrapper class is a class that wraps a primitive data type into an object. That is, these are the built-in classes in Java which are wrapped around primitive data types. We have an example of string. String was a non-primitive data type. However, it is also an inbuilt class. Similarly, we have inbuilt classes for our primitive data types as well. The reason being, Java is an object-oriented language and object is the supermost class in Java. Let's see why I'm saying that object is the supermost class in Java. In the JRE system libraries, we have java.lang package, and in that we have this object class. And hence, it is the supermost class in wrapper. We would be converting our primitive data types into objects by using the wrapper classes, and I will show you an example that why objects are called the supermost of all. So in this video, let's see what we are going to see. First, we are going to see what boxing or autoboxing and unboxing is. Then, we are going to also see that how do we convert string to primitive data types like byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, char. And we will also see how to convert back the primitive data types, that is byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, char, to string. So these are the important topics that we're going to look at it. But now first let's see why I have said this multiple times that object is the superclass. I am writing one method called as test wrapper, and I'm just going to print that I'm testing wrapper classes. Inside the main class, now if I have to access this, because this is a non-static method, I have to create an object of the wrapper class. So I'm creating an object of the wrapper class, and when I try to access methods, I see a lot of methods coming from the object class, and you can see the object that I've created from the wrapper class as well. Hence, we need to understand that if any class, by default, if it is not extending to any other class, it will extend to the object class, and that is the sole reason we are seeing all the methods or functions from object class. So let me include this point as well, and now let's get started one by one, which is boxing, unboxing, and then converting string to primitive and primitive to string. Before that, let me just write here that what is the difference between the primitive data type and the wrapper class. So you can see byte is a primitive data type and byte with B capital is a wrapper class. Similarly for small, long, int, integer, char, character, boolean, boolean, B capital, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Double with D capital, and float with float F capital. So these are our primitive data types and wrapper classes, respective wrapper classes. Let's get started. First is boxing or autoboxing. Autoboxing means Java automatically converts a primitive value into its wrapper class object. Now, if we take here an example, int a is equal to 10, so this is a data type. And now I'm going to convert it to by using integer. So integer b is equal to a. Now here, this integer b is a class. So Java performs this conversion automatically, and hence it is called as autoboxing. Similarly, unboxing is nothing but the reverse. Here, Java automatically converts the integer object back to its primitive int. This is called unboxing. I'm just showing a simple example by just assigning the values. So byte b1 is equal to 11, and which is a class or the object, and byte b2 is equal to b1 is a primitive data type. So primitive to object is autoboxing and object to primitive is unboxing. Now let's see how to declare it. So how do we declare a string? We have two methods. We can directly assign the value, or we can create an object of string and assign the value in that. The only difference is in the memory allocation. When we create a new object, it gets allocated in the non-constant pool, whereas direct assigning of the string, it gets stored in the constant pool. Similarly, we can declare it for the wrapper classes. Instead of string, I'm going to use integer now. So integer s is equal to 15 and integer s2 is equal to s1 and s2 is equal to new integer, and then I'll just give some value, say 10, 15, some value. And again, the difference is only with the memory allocation. Now let's see how we convert string to primitive data types, that is integer or double or byte. We cannot convert string to char because char holds only one character. Now I'm assigning string a value, say string d is equal to, in the quotes I'm writing 115. So this is not in any number format, it is in string format. Okay. Similarly, string e is equal to, in double quotes I'm writing 500. Now if I do a system.out.println and then I do d plus e, it is simply going to concat the value, so it is going to be 115500. And if I run this, you can see this on the screen. Yeah, so this is the answer. It has just concatenated the strings. But now there are obviously many instances. There are sometimes we have some columns in string and we have to convert them to integer. So I'm going to do that. So integer d1 is equal to integer dot parseInt. You will see this method, and I'm going to give an input of d. Similarly, I'm going to do it for e, that is I have converted d to d1, that is 115 string to 115 integer. Similarly for e, and now I'm going to give a system.out.println d1 plus e1, and here 115 plus 500, it should give me an answer 615. Let's see. Yes. So here the string has been converted into integer. Similarly, we can do for a decimal value, that is double. So I'm going to do this. Instead of integer, I'll put double. Double d1 is equal to double dot parse double. Instead of parse int, it is going to be parse double d. Yeah. So here the answer would be, let me calculate, 5.5 plus 50, 165.5. Okay, let me run this. So yeah, it's 165.5. which is the right answer. Okay, now the last thing is converting integer double byte char long float double boolean to string, that is converting primitive data types to string. Obviously we can convert char to string because string can hold one character, vice versa is not possible. Okay, so let me first assign some values to int double char boolean. So int d2 is equal to 10, double d3 is equal to 55.5, char d4 is equal to a. What's left? Boolean d5 is equal to, let me write true. So these are different primitive data type values and I want to convert them to string. So string s3 is equal to, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use a method called string dot value of, and then I'm going to put here d2. Here this 10, which is int 10, will be converted into string 10. Let me also do some more conversions. Value of, right here, d5. String s5 is equal to string dot value of d4. So here the char gets converted to string, and string s6 is equal to string. What's left? Oh, double string dot value of, and yeah, d3. Now let's just do one simple d2 plus d3. We know that d2 is int and d3 is doubles, so it's going to add 10 plus 55.5, which will give us 65.5. And let's also do one more thing, that is sys out s3 plus s6. So this would be 1055.5. So it will simply concat because now it's a string. Let me run this. And if you can see this, yeah. So these are our answers. So let me summarize. Wrapper class are the inbuilt classes in Java which are wrapped around primitive data type. They are required to hold primitive type of data in the form of objects. Then we use these in collections concept because collection does not support primitive data types. Converting primitive data type to respective wrapper class is called boxing or autoboxing, and converting wrapper class to respective primitive data type is called unboxing. Then we have also seen how to convert string to primitive data type. I mean how to store values from string to primitive data type and vice versa. So this was about it, and I hope you like this video. If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell icon.